Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Hey, I drink liquor from the liquor bottle. Yeah, I had to come over here and go live. I'm so I named this here. Ooh, child. When showering on live goes wrong. Y'all, these people on YouTube, it's too damn early in the morning for this shit. I Y'all, why come Sheffy was taking a shower on live, and when she got out the shower, when she was showering on live, she watched her, and you can see the soap on and all that kind of bullshit, and soaked her body up. And YouTube camera put the banner up then, cause to give her privacy that she should have waited till she shouldn't have been showering on live, but yeah. She was taking her shower and raising hell. And we could, she got out the shower and she was telling us how she was lotioning up with whatever kind of oil, child. Well, YouTube cameras dropped the banner, and Chef it was standing up there bucket naked. And I said, what? Child, we seen the front of her. And I put it in the chat. Was she naked? And so then YouTube cameras, stopped the video. But before she could put it on available, I rolled it back real fast so I could make sure I seen what I thought I seen. Because I know what titties and a cootie look like. Okay. I know what the front of a naked woman or a naked man look like. So I read about it back real fast. And then I, started talking again. And I said, let me read about it some more. Let me read about it some more. And child, I read about it and stopped. And she was standing there bucket naked. She was bucket naked, y'all. And then the video left. You hear me? Why everybody being on here bucket naked? Huh? I hate YouTube camera got to throw that live away because I only got to see like 30 minutes of it because Tracy went live. But I didn't know it because I was over there in Mo 3 beef sector over there at SD. Well, something just told me you need to look at your notification. So I looked at my notifications and Tracy had been live 24 minutes. I said, let me get over here while she live and watch her. So when I went there, Tracy was dragging chat rep and chat rep dog. And I was like, oh, I wonder what they got into it for. And I mean, she was dragging too. And so, and plus she was dragging her mama too. So somebody kept coming in there saying that Sheffy was over there dragging at YouTube cameras, dragging Tracy. So Tracy, when she seen that she was being dragged, she said, let me go over here and hit this damn panel. Well, child, she went over there and hit the panel. Jadon was up there and Sheffy was up there. And True talking about dragging. Tracy was dragging Sheffy, the dog, the mama, and Jadon was dragging too. And they finally left. Well, either Sheffy left, somebody, I don't know who left first. But then after they dropped off, Sheffy came back. And then she was saying, did she drag my dog and this and that and that and this? And I was saying to myself, you over here trying to cry because she dragged your dog. Girl, she done drag your mama. And you act like her dragging that dog killed you. And see, I don't get that shit. She was crying about her dog getting dragged, not her mom. But see, I never understand that. Because I ain't never had no dog that's more important than a human. But I ain't never ever had anything that was more important than my mama. Shad Chippy started talking about she said she got PTO time and then she was gonna drive to Texas and kick Tracy ass and all that kind of bullshit. It got serious over there. She said she needed a tire. She said she got gas money, but she needed a back tire thing for her car. And child, she was over there trying to cry over her dog and not her mom. And she said she gonna drive to Texas to kick Teresa's ass for talking about her dog and not her mom. Her mama never did come up in there when it escalated to I'm getting ready to get in my car and go to Texas. She said she got PTO time and all that kind of shit. And I was saying, and so I put in the chat, Pastor will show you where she live. If you having trouble finding Tracy, go over there to Pastor, and he'll tell you exactly where Tracy live if he know, her new resident. So you shouldn't have no problem finding Tracy. But I really believe that if you go live when you get in San Antonio, if you go live and say, Tracy, I'm here, she'll meet you. She'll tell you where she at. I know she will. So, child, I had to come on here and let y'all know that Sheffy YouTube camera, when she dropped her banner, Sheffy was standing up there bucket naked. Okay? Because I said, well, when I look, and then I was saying, well, maybe she got a brown muumuu on, because I know she do wear muumuus sometimes. And I said, well, maybe she got a brown one. But no, there wasn't no, well, I know what a naked body looked like. It looked like a naked body, but I wanted to be sure. So that's why I red-balled it back, child. As soon as I seen what I seen, YouTube camera took that video. It was unavailable anymore. Yeah, now this early in the morning, and I done already seen a naked body, child. And I would have missed that if I would have stayed over the Mo 3B second. And it's a lot of people that missed it, but it was a lot of people that was in that live, child. And I was going to watch the rest, red ball it back, when I first got over to YouTube cameras. But I said, I'm going to watch them drag each other. And then I'll go back and watch it. I'm so glad I just sit my ass still. Sometimes it's good to sit still. Dunn Play was in there. Dunn Play, did you see Sheffy standing up there bucket naked? Don't play. Don't play. You was in there. You seen her bucket naked. Don't play. Did you like what you seen, Don play? Because they say you a player. Don play. He seen it. But it was a lot of people over there that seen it. Because, see, I be speaking and shit, and I know, I can remember people that was in the live, child. There was a lot of people in there, child. She was standing up there bucket, ball, naked. Chad Rep, you gonna get you a man on here now. I can tell you that. Chad Rep, ain't no shame in your game, girl. When all else fails, just strip your clothes off. Well, y'all, you took your clothes off to have a good time. And see, sometimes it's better to just go on and log off when you're doing things. Well, you have to do things, grooming and things like that, because you never know what might happen. She never thought that would happen to her. But see, you putting yourself, like, you think you're taking your clothes off on a live to shower. Anything could happen. And you'll be standing up there bucket naked. And just what happened. Anything happened. Okay? Damn. And hey, in the day, her first day back. Now, I noticed I hadn't been seeing her, but I was saying, well, maybe she'd be over there with pills, places that I don't really go. And Shakim, I'm thinking that she was somewhere like that. But allegedly, now, I didn't hear this come out of Sheffie's mouth. When Tracy went live, she said this, that Sheffie's mother had a fall. And so Sheffie had to help her mom. And I understand that. If she needed to take off a year, so what? That's her. She had to do what you have to do when you have a parent, or a sibling or something that have, fall ill. And Teresa said that Sheffie, have to, she, it's making like trying to be a woman because you got to make sure your mom eats. You got to make sure your mother is okay. Plus, you got to keep on with your life. So I know it's probably hard on her, because a lot of times we take our parents for granted, because they do things for us because they love us, like, wash your clothes, cook for you your favorite stuff, something that you ain't got to worry about going toward the kitchen unless you're going to get a plate. You ain't got to worry about cooking for the house. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that her mama, was like that, cooking and make sure, Sheffie had something to eat every day and, doing a lot of things like your mama do. Well, now Sheffie has to do it. And see, that's like a culture shock when you have to do things like that. And especially be looking after somebody that's sick, because I've been there, and it's hard. But Sheffie decided to make her return today. And whatever happened on YouTube camera, the part I missed that made Tracy go live on her, they had got into it over there at YouTube cameras. And a lot of times when Tracy get into it on a panel or whatever, she'll make a live about it. She'll go and, start a live, even though like YouTube camera was still live. Tracy did that short live, which I'm glad she did, so I could witness what just happened, child. Ooh, child. Sheffie, you had a bad morning, baby. You got drugged by J. Don and Tracy and the chat. Ooh, child. And to put the cherry on top of the banana split, girl, you got caught with your towel off of you. You got caught up there. You were standing straight up, but naked. Girl. Chat, Rip, you were standing up there bucket naked, girl. Chat. You gonna get a man now or a woman? I don't know which one you want. Stop lying. You hear me? Nene, you hear me? Rare treasure. Chadrick got a cow slip in here. Big O. Chadrick was over there bucking naked, child. Room shaker. Room shaker. Chadrick was over there bucking naked, girl. Done play. Well, I know you seen it, okay? Hey, the Beef Sector podcast. Y'all, it's 2:30 early in the morning for this shit, okay? Now, I'm gonna go I'm gonna just fill you guys in on what I've seen since I went live, okay? Let me get my notes because they're waiting to get my live out the way for the day. Of course, I told you that Tracy went live, and she was dragging Chadrick, the dog, and her mama. And while she was dragging, she kind of settled down, and then she had told Honest Row to stop kissing ass, okay? And when she mean about that, I'm assuming is Ness, okay? Because Ness, she'll go on these, some of the content creators that's newer or don't have as many subbies as she'll go over there and give them a redirect and all that kind of bullshitting and think they owe her something. Okay? So she gave Ro a redirect of her crowd, and so she was over there acting a fool over there talking about Pizarro, among others. Well, it looks like you kissing her ass just like how other ones that, like Shakim, Dory, Tulsa, Rodney, she talked to him real crazy. But, that's them. But Tracy had addressed that a little bit. And she also said that Cruiser is going to lead the beef sector because she just don't like how they've been talking dragging kids and shit. But girl, Cruiser, they've been, you know where you at. The beef sector been dragging kids. This ain't nothing new. The beef sector been dragging kids for before the beef sector even was formed. So I don't know what that's all about because, they said something about because she got a grandchild, but that don't make no sense because you've been had a grandchild, you've been had children, and you've been in the beef sector. So it ain't making no sense to me why you want to. Well, all I can say is okay, bye. But she'll be back. She might just be going through something and want to say it's cause of they dragging the kids. But like I said, anybody know what they do over here, and this is not the only sector that they do it in. So I don't know what fairy tale land she's gonna go to on YouTube to find no dragging kids island. Okay? Because you make one of these bitches mad enough, they're going to drag shit out of you and your kids and your mama and everything else. And the people that's in graves and all of that. Okay? And if they could dig them up and sit them up on the live while they doing it, they would do it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no respect for nothing. Okay? And it ain't just the beef set this all over this fucking app. To not hear kids being drugged, you're going to have to leave YouTube. And that is what it is. And ain't nobody kid, no special nobody kid, and ain't nobody mama, no special nobody else mama. They ain't nobody else, they ain't caring about nobody hurt, getting their feelings hurt, which they showed that over at YouTube just a second ago. They drug mamas and they drug dead and they drug dogs. It is what it is. You got to deal with it or don't deal with it. But like I said, I want to know what island you going on YouTube. Well, you think you ain't going to hear somebody drag no kid. Hell, kids in the kids section, they even drag each other. I'm through with that. Okay. Now I'm going over to the. I'm getting ready to talk about 357 last night. I went over there and I stayed over there until he went off. Um, Gina got dropped off the panel because God, she was talking so loud. She had my head banging. You know. Now I did not have a headache or anything because I really don't get headaches. But her, she was talking so loud and talking so foolish. It was like somebody was beating a drum in my head. You know, and that don't make no sense. You know, and she got into it with 713. Um, and 713 told her that she keep going down there on it's some street in Vegas that start with an F. Fremont. If she keep taking her ass down there, Fremont messing with them prostitutes about how they making a living and amongst other things and messing with them random strangers, she gonna get knocked in her head or get her ass whipped real good, okay? But she be up, talking crazy to them people, and then she be renting rooms down there so she can be out all night, because she don't want to say she don't want to drive drunk, and I don't blame her. There's no problem with that. I think it's a great idea to do that. But I don't think it's a great idea to be going out there messing with them folks, because them folks doing what they want to do. If they want to be out there selling drugs, if they want to be out there selling ass, it ain't none of her business. But if she wind up getting her ass whooped down there, that's her town. It's on her. Okay. Um, and then 713 also said that she almost got a trespassing charge at the motel she was staying in. So I guess is she going around just acting a fool everywhere she go? I told you guys last week that Gina had went to over at DG's because she got that flawless tattoo on her leg, and she did it on the Fear Factor at Broadway's. Well, I seen her over at DG's last week, and she was asking like to come back over there. She wanted to be back involved in the flawless world because that's the name that he had for his people, flawless. Well, he told her that he wasn't gonna give her no yes or no. He said because he had other, he had to run this shit by the ladies of his crew. And he said a whole lot of them don't like her, and that if she is allowed to be back in the crew, that she can't be raising all that hell, keeping all that ruckus up. She had to come all the way down because he was not going to put up with it. And he said them ladies over there were going to put up with it. And the guys, he got guys in the crew too. And she was agreeing to everything. Which, I guess the women in the Flowers gang told him, nigga, now we done got rid of that bitch. And she ain't coming back over here. If she come back over here, I'm going to leave. It had to be something to that effect. Because, honey, Gina called herself talking about DG last night. And I was saying, bitch, you was just over there begging to get back over there. And now you want to say something about DG and his flawless game? Honey, she all in her feelings. Okay? But yeah, you was crawling back over there wanting to come back, child. I'm trying to see what she has said about that. Oh, she said that DG was flawed. She didn't want to, have nothing to do with him. Bitch, you did. She was over there begging like a hoe. On the panel, you were so nice and talks. Yeah. He said, do you think that you could settle it down, calm down? Because the ladies over here, they ain't want to hear that shit. Yes, I can do it, boss. Yes. Well, I have to see what the ladies, because there are a lot of them are not in this chat tonight, and I got to see what they got to say. Well, I'm allow you back over here now. Okay, master. child, Gina. Um, and I told you guys that Bimp had banned Gina. Well, ever did. I mean, he had banned her a couple of nights ago, a couple of lives ago. Well, child, yesterday he had went live because when I went live, I said, "Well, Bimp was live earlier," and blah 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 blah. So when I got off my live, I went over there to check his live out. It was gone, and I was saying, "Now I know he was live." Well, come to find out, I found out at Broadway's last night that allegedly Gina P bombed him, but people were saying she actually didn't P bomb him. That she showed a lot of her breasts, but not like the whole breast. But Gina, why are you pulling them things out anyway? Even though you have your nipple and stuff covered up, people ain't want you to be doing that bullshit on their panel. That shit done got old. You 179 years old, ho. You don't nobody want to see your titties. Them men, even though you got some big ones and they take up the whole goddamn screen, them men want to see them young girls with them pretty faces and titties. They ain't want to see no Dark Vader, the Dark Vader head and some titties. They ain't want to look at that. That ain't cute. You sit up there looking like Dark Vader, but actually you look like one of them aliens, the ones got the funny looking heads on Star Trek. Because Dark Vader got that mask and shit on. Not him. Them things that got them funny looking heads. That ain't got no hair. I think they got a little bit of hair in the back. Them things. Now, when you got that kind of head, I don't care if you was a brick house. Ain't no man want to lay up with nothing like that. There's a lot of ugly ass women got pretty bodies. But the men, I guess they turn all the lights off when they want to get it. But they ain't want to get it and looking you in your face. Yeah. You need to keep your titties put up. You need to keep your legs closed because they don't want to see nothing down there. And then you need to stop getting in that tub with that dirty ass water. That's a immediate turn off. Now you be saying that you gotta have lavender stuff in your tub, bitch. You need to get something clear because they make clear bad things where your water don't look like mud because that is not turning nobody on. They're gonna always say you got dirt in your water if you come on here with that brown ass water. They're not listening that you got lavender shit. That lavender shit be purple when you put the water. They ain't want to hear that. Why you didn't get green? Some green. Oh, well, don't get red, child. Child. You think they talking about you with that brown water? What you think they gonna say about you if you have red water? Oh my God, I'm like my stomach hurt from laughing. It's too early in the morning for me to be up here acting damn fool. I done got all off the goddamn subject too. Uh Wait a minute. Okay, I got to do it there. Well, 713 was up there on the panel, going back and forth with Gina, because he always got something to say. Well, Jackie got up there and Big Baby got up there. Well, now Big Baby got up there. Well, they was up there. I just put it like that. And anybody new on the panel, 713 gonna have something to say. Something out the side of his neck. A little sly remark or something. Something about what he heard and what he saw and did you do this? Did you do that? Well, Big Baby hit that. Big Baby, he was saying something. I think he was talking to Jackie. And she say, can't think of how Big Baby said. She say, "Here, I got something to show you, some shit like that, okay?" And she had put a man up there, and her and Jackie both put the man on their avatar at the same time. And Big Baby say, "A 713, this is you. That's what you look like." And he had dropped out the panel. And then uh, somebody up there was saying, "No, that ain't him." And she would say, "Yes, that is him. I know it is him." Da 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 da. And so 713 was in the chat. He was saying, "Yeah, that is you got me. Yeah, that is me." Well, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what 713 look like. If he says him, I'm gonna believe. You know. Uh, so he has said it in the chat. Yeah, you got me. That's me. Well, so we, we got through with that. Okay, so that settled down. Well, then Transparent Talk got on the hit the panel, and she said that she asked Jackie about something about Big Baby, saying that she wouldn't come over there, she didn't flew with Transparent Talk. And when I say TT, I'm talking about Transparent Talk. Well, when Transparent Talk asked Jackie about it, she said, "Why don't you ask Big Baby? She up here." So when Transparent Talk asked Big Baby, she didn't really know what was going on. And so it had to be explained to her, which Broadway would gladly did, because Broadway loved to stir up some shit. Well, then Transparent Talk went back to talking to Jackie. Well, one word led to the other, child, and you talking about them sisters, they drug each other, okay? They drug each other. Okay. And what Jackie was saying, that Transparent Talk, like when she do her commentary, the interviews and different things like that, that she in so many words, Jackie was saying she biased. That she like it's an issue come up, like when Jackie had to fight with Jade. Jackie feel like that Transparent Talk was for Jade. It's other things that happened to Jackie out here on the YouTube street. And Jackie said, "I don't go places where I know the person don't like me. I don't go to people channels that I feel like they don't like me." And Transparent Talk said, "I ain't never told you I don't like you. And I ain't never told Big Baby I don't like her. I ain't got no problem with nobody." Jackie said, "No, you be talking that side, so many words you be on that other side every time. It's concerning me." Well, Big Baby said, "Look, I ain't got no problem with Transparent Talk. I still go over there to her channel, but I'm not going to be going over there tonight for Payday's interview, And Transparent Talk, I ain't got no problem with you either, Big Baby." So it just got, and Jackie told her, she said, "Yeah, I know you don't like me because you send money to buy me off the pound. You said get that boy built body bitch out the panel when you bought me out." And Transparent Talk said, "Girl, I ain't never bought you off no panel." And she said, "Yes, you did." Transparent, "No, I didn't." Well, Jackie said that Brandon told her that Transparent Talk bought her off the panel. Well, Brandon was in the chat, because I told you yesterday that Brandon has been in the chats, but he have not been on nobody panel. But allegedly he was on me panel yesterday morning. Well, Brandon was in the chat and said, "No, I didn't say that." And it's that, nope. And then he started saying stuff about ex-team members, because they got a team. And they had like group chats and all that kind of bullshit. And she said, "Yes, you did. It was on our group, one of our group calls or group chats. You said that Transparent Talk brought me down." He was saying, "No, I didn't. It was the biggest damn mess. I don't know if the man did. I don't know if the man didn't say it." But I'm just gonna say this here. Since y'all putting out like who sent the buy down bags, okay, y'all don't let it be known that y'all discussing this shit. A lot of these people that play the buy down game, they want to remain anonymous. You're opening up a can of worms that should have remained closed. And that's all I got to say about it. That's it. That's all. Okay. Now I went by Bertha Mays. I wasn't in her live. I watched her replay. Now I didn't get to watch all of it. I just watched a little bit of it. And this is what she was talking about. Just a second. Bertha May. Let me roll till I get to Bertha May. Yeah. I hate this thing when it be doing this. It go up too fast and down too fast. Okay. Now I didn't stay in for the whole live, okay? Because I just didn't. Well, Bertha May said that Dimples docks YouTube cameras. Now, Dimples, now I like you and I like YouTube cameras. And she let you be on her panel. Why you dox her, boo? Dimples, will you stop being mean and start back looking at these men and running around with your dress up over your head? Start back doing that, child. Dimples. Okay, now that's all I got to say about that. Well, this morning, I went to sleep last night at Broadway's. So when I got up this morning, I turned on YouTube. SD was live. When I got over there, KK was on the panel. It was a panel full, several people up on the panel. Coolin was up there. I can't think of who else. It was the other people up there. When Coolin came, she said, "Hey, I just got 5 minutes. I'm gonna be in and out, And I said, "Oh no, it ain't gonna work like that." That's what I'm saying to myself. Because when you come in there announcing 5 minutes, your ass gonna be up there all day. Well, different people are coming in the chat, Coolin speaking, everybody, fresh new morning. Well, honey, that Pastor J over there, the guy that's from the Mo 3 Beef Center, I told you that. Now, he say he a pastor, but honey, sometimes he cuss and he drag and everything else. But he wound up in the chat. And Coolin told him to come up there because Coolin is crazy about it. Okay? And SD was saying, "Oh, hell no. I don't like him. And he ain't coming up here." And Coolin was saying, "Come on, SD, let him come up." And blah, blah, blah. She was doing that. Well, of course, being the latest man he is, he let him up. But SD did not have nothing to say to Pastor J, okay? She let him and Coolin have their conversation. Well, they were just doing their little small talk. It wasn't nothing drastic or anything like that. Well, when they got through talking, Pastor J turned to, to SD. And he said, "SD, I need to talk about you about something. But we need to talk about something online." SD said, "No, man, I don't want to talk to you about nothing." Pastor J was saying, "Oh, it's about, uplifting Christian stuff and doing things for the betterment for our children, like being a mentors." And, he was going on and on and on. SD was saying, because when SD had told him no, that's when the man started. He said, "If you got something to talk to me, you got to talk to me right now." So that's when he was talking about being a mentor and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And then SD was like, he was just couldn't answer because he didn't want to look like a guy that don't want to mentor children. Like the betterment of your community and all that. So he didn't want to seem like that kind of bad guy. Well, honey, he got saved by the bell because the panel, people in the chat, they was having They issues with each other, and people on that goddamn panel was having issues with each other. Okay, now Cooling up there all the time. Now see, she likes to read the chat, and she be going off on different ones in the chat. I don't like that. Okay, but she was like picking different ones out and going off on them, or saying smart shit, reading what they wrote and stuff like that. Well, Mysterious dropped down in the chat, and so Cooling, she said something to her, and I think she said something to Wu about when Mysterious took Wu out to eat. She told her to put her shit in that dog bag and let's get the hell out of here. And so Wu is champion for Mysterious right now because Mysterious took out to eat, but they falls out and fall back in just like Cooling and Mysterious fall out. They had their good days and their bad day, and I guess today was a bad day for Cooling and Mysterious. Well, she was dragging Mysterious and telling her hit the panel and this and that, and Wu kept jumping in. You're not gonna be talking to her and this and that, this and that. How Wu always putting herself in the middle of some shit that ain't got nothing to do with her. Well, Cooling kept saying, "Bitch, you need to leave me alone," and this and that. Wu, you don't tell me what to do, bitch, and all of this. And your daughter went to the army because she didn't want to be bothered with you. So therefore, Cooling started dragging Wu about her parenting. And child, it was the biggest day I missed, okay? And then that's when I looked and seen Tracy was live. So that's why I left there. So I don't know what else happened at SD's, but that's all I have, since I went live yesterday and talked to you guys. And so, wait a minute. That's all I have because that's all I seen since I went live last night. And the only reason I'm going live now is to tell y'all about what I just seen over there at YouTube cameras about Chat Rep being naked. I wanted to be one of the first ones that reported on that. Hey, Red Treasure. Hey, Ron Shaker. Hey, Jill's Comfort Zone. Yeah. Sherry was standing up there showing her front, yeah. And I said, well, she naked. I typed Hey, Boo Kill. Hey, Michelle. And I'm going to get ready to get off of here. And if you haven't liked the video, please like my video. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 3,000. Wow. Hey, Lee Pepper. Hey, Cosmetic Girl. I'm trying to make sure I speak to everybody before I get up out of here, before I ease on down the road, child. Yeah, they up here. They dragging the hell out of each other this morning, y'all. Okay, stop lying. They dragging the hell out of each other in the beef sector, and they're dragging the hell out of each other in the Mo3 beef sector this morning. Hey, Sarah Vaughn, I have gotten my life. Now I'm getting ready to get out of here because I want to go back over there before SD take that video down, because I want to see who else get into it over there, because it seems like everybody's full of energy. It seems like everybody's full of energy in both sectors, so ain't no telling what we'll see before the day is over, Sarah Vaughn. Ooh, child. I can't wait to get back out here in these streets. Ooh, child. I wonder who's going to get into it with who next. Ooh, child. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.